Quite a deep one here, but a nice one. What's the biggest challenge you've ever had to overcome, and how did you do it?
But for you, when you got into the band, was it what you expected it to be? Because you said you have said that there were times when I just have to get out. I have to stop. This is driving me mad.
No, I mean it's definitely been a crazy, wild. You know, everyone's kind of looking at this decade, and my decade's literally been this, which has been the maddest turnaround of all. And it's a really weird thing to look into. But no, I don't think any of us really expected it to happen in that way, really.
The biggest thing to ever come out of X Factor was a band called JLS, and they were very big in the UK. So when we got where we got to, I thought, oh, we'll be just like JLS, like we'll be big in the UK. And then like we started closing down streets in the UK, and like one little girl like broke her leg by crossing the road and not looking. So they would close down streets for us and stuff. I thought, okay, this is getting a little bit strange. I'm like 16 years old, right? So I thought, I know what I'll do. If it gets too big, I'll move to Australia. And then the very next day after X Factor, right, you're going to Australia, and my name had already beat me there. And that's when I knew I was like, oh, okay, this is where we're going to go next. No, where's the escape button? There's no, you know.
Do you miss the anonymity, though? Do you ever wish you could go back just for a couple of days and play to a crowd of 10 people? Or are you okay with the fact that this is where your life's at right now?
No, to be fair, I love it. And I can't believe, we're about to, step foot on our stadium tour next year and stuff. And that's so crazy. Like, we drove past Wembley, which is like our biggest stadium in our country, the other day, knowing that we've sold it out 3 times. It's just like, you'd never, ever have expected that to happen. Like, you'd expect to play some shows here and there, but not like a 90,000 strong stadium. It's just crazy.
The problem we had in the band, and I don't blame anybody for this, I don't want to seem like I'm whining or moaning, oh my God, look at my life, whatever. But it feels to me like when we were in the band, the best way to secure us, because of how big it got, was just lock us in our rooms. And of course, what's in the room? Minibar. So at a certain point, I thought, well, I'm going to have a party for one. And that just seemed to carry on throughout many years of my life. And then you look back, how long you've been drinking and stuff, where you're like, Jesus Christ, that's a long time. I don't know. I think there's a slight little bit of social anxiety as well in it. That it was already hard sometimes to go out places for the thought that you might like get papped or whatever. There's always that extra level of stress. So for me, I've always been quite withdrawn.
And what I find about my life now is I'm still in a syndrome sometimes where I become like almost agoraphobic in a way, because I wait for work to tell me where to go.
It was wild, but it was like the only way you could get frustration out in the day, or being trapped. And I spoke to somebody about this, and in child development, as a teen, the one thing you need is freedom to make choices and freedom to do stuff. And it was the one thing that, although we could do anything we wanted, it seemed from the outside that we were always locked in a room at night, and then it would be car, hotel room, stage, sing, locked. So it was like they pulled the dust cloth off, let us out for a minute, and then woohoo, and then he's like back underneath it, and I'm like, good.
Exactly.
And you had therapy?
Yes, I went through a number of different bits of therapy and whatever else. I think, as Strip That Down was coming out, I was almost just as afraid of the success as I was the failure, which isn't a really very comfortable place to be in life, because you're just not really sure what you're doing. You know what I mean? It was one of those sorts of things. So I went away. I had a little bit of a thing with drink, and it was a guy called Chip Summers who got me sober. I went sober for a year.
We were talking before.
2 whiskeys.
Such a bad idea.
It's not. It's a great idea. When's it ever a bad idea? It's only a bad idea the next day. Don't tell them what time it is. That makes us seem like absolute...
My bad.
And stopping drinking for a year, was that something that you planned to do for longer, or did you just know, actually, I just need to sort of push reset a little bit?
Yeah, for me, I think I was just at a point in my life where I was too young to stop. And in a way, it turned my social life upside down as well. So it was a very lonely experience as well as it was. Like, many things in my life went up, but also a lot of things in my life went down at the same time. So
It was just a super lonely atmosphere whenever you get home, because you lose a lot of different friends and whatever else. And I was like in this amazing penthouse that I owned, but I was still sad, and I was like, it's everything I ever wanted, but it's nothing I'll ever need.
For me, it was just about pressing that reset button for a minute and realising that you could, cope without it, and learning about emotions. We have to mask our emotions in so many different ways, and I think it's very important that you learn to deal with emotion as well, and as raw as it is, that you're going to be all right.
When was the last time you turned up to work hungover? Rehearsals, well, I actually didn't make them, so I didn't technically turn up, but when was the last time you didn't remember a night out? I went to Ibiza the other day, don't remember a thing.
What did you do to work on those demons? that you were facing for so long?
But they're probably right behind me, but they're still a bit away.
In the plant.
Yeah, they're catching up a little bit, actually, the little fuckers.
One of the days that stuck out for me in the last few years where I did a whole day's promo in New York. And on the night time, I was on, I think it's an Andy Cohen show or something, and they had a drinking game. And someone asked me a question about one of my ex-girlfriends, and I did not want to divulge what the hell went down.
In early 2019, there were rumors that linked you with supermodel Naomi Campbell, especially after you were spotted at the O2 together in January, and you were leaving sexy comments on each other's Instagram pages. Liam, can you confirm or deny that you dated Naomi?
Plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth.
He confirmed it!
I pled the fifth.
Okay.
It's my rights as a human.
And it was a drinking game. So I was like, they were like, we can fill it with water. But me being me was like, no, if I'm playing for real. So I'm like necking tequila.
Oh, gosh.
Like, boom. And I'm wasted. I get home at 1:30. Bear in mind, I started at like, I want to say 8 o'clock in the morning. I was then asleep and I woke up at 3:30 for vocal training to be in Central Park at 7, for grooming at 5 and in Central Park for 7 o'clock. Bear in mind, I went to bed at 1:30. So I know what it can bring, and that crap will send you insane. I don't remember some days I was here.
And are you still drinking? Or have you?
No.
No, not soon.
No. I've been sober just over a month now, I think it is. There's some stuff that I've definitely like never spoken about to do with it that was really, really, really severe. And it was a problem. And it was only until I saw myself after that I was like, right, I need to fix myself. There was like a few pictures of me on a boat and I'm all like bloated out, and I call it pills and booze face. And I was like this, like my face was just like 10 times more than it is now. And I just didn't like myself very much. Then I made a change. And the same thing happened this year with that sort of thing as well.
I had to go out and I went to Dubai, which was the best thing I ever did. It was a Hans Zimmer concert with a friend of mine called Umar that I had my last drink, and he was sober, and I kind of been watching him for a week. He's a fantastic businessman, wonderful soul, and one of the most generous human beings I think I've ever come across. And what kind of happened was I was watching this beautiful symphony, I was having a drink, and then I was like, you know what, this just isn't serving me at all. I don't really need this right now. It's the first time I've ever put a drink down and gone to someone else, yeah, you finish that, I don't need it. And I haven't picked one up since, which has almost been 6 months, which I'm excited about. It's good. It's good to be in this position. And then, yeah, I definitely don't need those things anymore.
Is there a moment where you look back and say that was the lowest moment for me? That was the pivotal moment.
I had a few of them. I was worried how far my rock bottom was going to be. Where's rock bottom for me? And you would never have seen it. I'm very good at hiding it. No one would have ever have seen it. But rock bottom, I mean, I don't even know if I hit it yet. I can either make that choice now and pick my last moment as my rock at the bottom, or I can make a new one and make a whole new low. That's my choice.
You know, and then that's almost nearly killed me a couple of times.
As
when
in
I've been in a
you've
bad
wanted
place. Yeah, when I've been in a bad place, 100%. You know, there's no point denying it. It's definitely been on the menu a couple of times in my life, and
this is enough. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Everyone else is trying to help, and you don't see the effect it's having on them as well. You live and die by the sword. I live and die by my sword. That's it. But the person who's behind trying to pick up the shield to help me, they haven't even got the fucking sword. They're just diving into battle for you. And that's the difference. You know what I mean? It's like people miss out on that bit. So it's never just on that person. You know what I mean? A lot of my stuff, you know, if I hadn't had the help I had, I don't know where the hell I'd be right now.
Just really great people around you and just finding out a different way of looking at it. Like you say, you know, when things start to pile on top of each other, that's when it can really get you. You've really got to change your view about it. There's only one thing you control within that situation, it is you.
I feel like more than anything at this point, I'm more disappointed in myself for keep on hurting people.